All right, gang, we're back at it. I rewatched my footage. All right, so I actually know that I did come this way. I did look at this. I just somehow forgot about it. That's on me. You know, my short-term memory is clearly lacking. But hey, we live, we learn. Big thanks to Mr. Top Hat 404 yet again, giving me a bit of insight into the Zooholic. I think that's going to be something that's useful down the line, as well as how to utilize this biomass stuff, because obviously I've been collecting a fair bit of it. And reminding me that I need to make the surgery table. So I think all the bits will be over there. But I'm just gonna like be quite candid. This is hopefully, I mean, we'll see, but hopefully this is gonna be a chill one. I don't intend to do any major journeys this episode. I plan to just, lick my wounds, build up. I'm of the impression that I've done a fair bit of exploring, and it's, we don't want to go inside this. Look, it started raining. I should say enough. I should say, sometimes a man's got to sit down. He's got to look at himself in the eye and say, look, Wellington needs a house, all right? Because God forbid, right, I'm out mining, I trip, I fall, my little Minecraft character gets, gets taken out. There's the pillager mass grave, Wellington. Yep, I know. You're. Oh, actually, let's. Right, you please stay put. I don't have to tell you twice. I'm getting you some decorations. I feel like, as a horse, get rid of that for now. Like some skeleton decorations would probably kind of go well for him. He's, you know what I mean? I don't feel like that's foolish, right? I'm always terrified of this little rascal. Look at him wandering off. Where do you think you're going? But yes, this episode. No, actually, what I was going to say before, Wellington. What if I get taken out and Wellington is stuck in this hardcore world? Is that a village? Ooh. Wellington's stuck in this hardcore world alone. At least he can have a nice house, when his hero doesn't return. I think I left the waystone here. If not, we're all in trouble. Ah, but look, I actually did my job for once. But yeah, we are having a chill one today. We aren't going crazy, alright? We're not gonna... I mean, I say this. Last time I did a, quote-unquote chill one. You remember. Actually, you don't remember because you weren't alive. I got killed. Killed in horrendous fashion. These are quite cute. What do you think, Molly? We'll leave one there for now. I'm going to put one... put the rest in the chest for now. But yes, I need to make like a little lab. Let's get into the lab and get to work. I've got things to do, things to create. I've got lots of bits in here. Armor and weapons box. God, I've got a lot of arrows. I still don't know what syringes do. I feel like maybe use them on the corpses of the parasites, the fungal creatures, perhaps. And it drains out essence. I feel like that's very Monster Hunter coded. That's probably why I feel like it's gonna be that simple. But yeah, look, I've got all my laboratory equipment here. How did you... Good God. Right, you're gonna need a bit of higher security, aren't you? Is it the bell? Bloody hell, Wellington. You know what, you deserve the best. You deserve the best. Here you are, my opulent friend. Can we touch the bell here? Look at that. Yeah, you like that little bit of gold, yeah. Everyone likes a bit of gold. Especially horses that skeletal, like pirate horses. Now, here's the conundrum. I do like style, so I am going to have to forego my sanity and go into that location I was at, the like underground village location, and do a little bit of mining and see what we can find down there. This should be sufficient equipment. I'm not too worried. My main concern is if I'm staying here when nothing's happening, I'm in trouble because obviously the regional difficulty will increase. I don't really want to go down to this place, however. I feel like there's dark things, so I'm just going to mine it out from top down. Obviously, I think this is a legendary monsters location, so it's not going to be as difficult in a sense as the fungal parasites. It poses a different challenge. You know? Instead of being swarmed by loads of hard-hitting monsters, and also having to deal with like you know, those trap mines and poison and all the things in between. It's more of like you know, one big boss with like a load of funny epic attacks that make you grin from ear to ear. Now, okay, here's my worry. I'm gonna get attacked from something spawning here and running at me. And as insurance, we're taking you with us, because then if I'm down there, I'd have to come back up. See, it's the best thing about waste zones. This music is going pretty hard. Speaking of music, Donda 2, wowzers. Wowzers! No, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I was listening to a song Louis Bag on loop for an hour at the gym. Meanwhile, the other guy at the gym, because it's like the gym I train at is like a big warehouse, right? So it's not like it's a big warehouse with no ventilation. So in the summer, you're in puddles of your own sweat. It's so hot, and there's no way to cool off because, you know, there's no windows. There's only two ways in technically, but the second way in is a big industrial door that can only really be opened for lorries. It is a real gym, by the way. This isn't like some sort of insane like murder dungeon. If my uploads do stop, obviously, like you know, rip bozo. I learned my lesson the hard way, but I think I should be okay. But yeah, it's stinking hot in the summer and absolutely freezing in the winter because it also has no central heating, which means it's hot and cold, depending on what the temperature is outside. Which, you know, I found out kind of recently, well, not that recently, but semi-recently, that like central heating is quite common in America. I've got friends there who have central heating in their houses, and that's like just not a thing in this country. If you have central heating, it's kind of seen as like a bit bougie, you know, a bit well-to-do, a bit of a guy about the town with a bit more money than you should. But no, it's because really our weather's only ever cold and wet and shit. You get like the odd. Ooh. Oh. Huh. That sounded a bit like well, I'm just here to mine, guys. Nobody needs to fight me. No one needs to rush me. We don't need to cause any issues. I'm here to gather the stone bricks. There is no need. That sounds kind of close. Okay, where are you? Come on, you little shit. Just show your face so I can kill you. Make this easier on me. I don't like this. I'm just gonna stick to mining. Ooh. I don't think I've mined any iron today, or on this entire run. Speaking of, one thing I'm thinking of doing is maybe trying to like edit together. Oh god, that made me jump slightly. Edit together the first run I did as like a supercut or something. Mainly just because obviously with what I'm doing, I'm not really developing my editing skills. Not that I care too much. In case you haven't noticed from this episode, my ability to talk is improving. I'm not really running over my words too much. Don't get me wrong. I still have a bad habit of forgetting what I was talking about and it's kind of going off tangent. But I find that, you know, my cadence, my flow, not rapper flow, alright? I'm not Kanye, alright? I'm not Deutsche. My anxiety. Yeah. All right. Let's not burn any bridges now. But what am I saying? Yeah. No. Things are good. This channel is providing me with it's a structure. I think it's a structure I needed. Because I've got like a very rigid upload schedule, and realistically the demand of me is quite reasonable. You know, it's not like I have to create some sort of massive expansive piece of work that's really draining me, you know, mentally. You know, I can still create this stuff, and obviously that it means that I have to stay up later on the nights run, sort of the night before I upload. But I enjoy it. I enjoyed the whole process. I find it very interesting, and it's kind of a good learning experience. But no, there was a point to this, what I was about to say, and I can't remember it, but I think I've illustrated it. But yeah, no, I'm happy with how things are progressing. I'm happy that there's a couple of people. I think I got a comment from Austin Supreme. Don't worry, I have enough comments that I can remember the names. But no, saying that they you know, they like the content, they like the mod. Hey, I'm with you there. The mod is really cool. I really like I really like the SRP Parasites mod. I always thought that was the superior Parasite mod and like Infection mod. And then I was playing this one, I was like, nah, Spore just... The SRP Parasites mod, what I think it has is it has much more interesting models. Because they've got like the ones with like the big tendrils, they're a little bit more, what's the word? Diverse, I suppose. But then in terms of function, they just walk at you, destroy everything around them, and like two-tap you. It's just not that good, unfortunately. I wouldn't say it feels balanced. I mean, even the developer said, and you know, credit to him, like, not necessarily, when you make content like this, arguably horror content, you're not really making it to be balanced, you're making it to scare people. But like, that mod has so many interesting, like, high-tier creatures that you're never going to run into anyway, because like, the basic dude can two-tap you. You know, you're not going to be able to stand up to him. So with this mod, obviously it might be a little different for me because I'm hardcore, right? I'm actively making them stronger, but I do like how there are weaker enemies, and even like the, you know, the more upgraded ones. Like the thing that killed me last time, I want to say Brahmin, but that's the Fallout two-headed cow. But I think his name kind of sounds familiar, so we'll go with that. But no, oh sorry, her name, I believe they have canonical genders, which I find interesting. All these all these spore creatures still have you know, junk in the trunk, as it were, or at least, you know, maybe something resembling that. I don't know. I don't really want to investigate that. I'd much rather just kill them. You know, that's kind of my my strategy with these spore creatures. You know, maybe they do come in peace, but I just want to kill them all, and basically freeze them all to death with the CDU machine. That's like the one thing I know how to do on this mod, is use the ice blaster to just eviscerate them. And it feels good. It feels good when like, it's like, you know, they're getting swarmed by them and they start turning blue and they start crumbling. You're like, yeah. Who's your god now? Sometimes it's good to exert your will. It's a little bit of a you know, an MMA phrasing there. You got to enforce your will. As if, you know, if you're in a fight, right? All right. And again, to clarify, I'm talking about this with confidence. That doesn't mean I'm correct. It just means that I feel like I'm correct. For all I know, you know, up could be down and down could be up. But my understanding of, oh, there's grass. Is this outside? Dear. Do I like all the lanterns? Chains could be cool for design as well. Odds on. Drop a drop a comment now. Right now. I've got my gun at your head. You're gonna have to do it. But no, odds on, right, that I die this episode. After doing all this mining, just like the last time, you know, I'm doing all this mining, getting all these little materials. Yeah, we're at the, what, 15-minute mark? Comment. Let me know if you think I'm gonna survive to the end of this. But no, I feel like I feel like something's gonna happen. That's why I'm saying that, because I want to feel like I got the jump on myself. Because I can say, oh, but look, I said this. I said to comment because I just knew, you know, I just knew it's something. I feel I'm gonna look there and it's gonna be a bloody monster. I don't know. My back's up. I feel it. I feel the cold hand. Cold hand of the fungal spore mod creator. And he's slowly grasping my throat. Whoa. Not like that, bro. I mean, look. Something's up. Why? I thought I was going to blow up. Kind of dumb to do that. Inconsidered. Is that just normal TNT? No, I thought it was like enchanted. We're going to evac soon. It's getting too hot. We need to evac. We need to get out of here, boys. Okay, okay. Let's get out, let's get out, let's get out. Let's reset. I heard footsteps on the grass out there. And there's lava over there. All that stuff is not good. This is our safe room, alright? This is Preville Bop. Yeah, yeah. Is it Preville Bop? I think that's how it's called. I think that's what it's called. That's a Fahrenheit Terminator reference. Oh, yeah. I know Wellington. I am a cultured swine. I know about a lot of things. Which is to say that I have a surface level understanding of a lot of things, which to the non-discerning eye looks like I know a lot. It's a very good trick to use in the professional world. In fact, if you want a job, just sound like you know what you're talking about. It's great. But no, but no, it's good to enter a job interview and actually know what you're talking about. That's a little piece of advice from me. I know people watch Minecraft Let's Plays for job advice. How did you get out? Did you jump? Can you please stop? Seriously. No, right. Okay, alright. Let's make you a little cage, my friend. Since we can't trust you. But then, how am I going to get in and out? I have to make 2 of these? But that's going to be so ugly. Wellington, why'd you have to be so... Why'd you have to be such a free spirit, buddy? Right. Building materials chest. This is going to have all the building materials, including the future beds for villagers. And some of the tech blocks. Okay? And explosives, because, you know... no. That isn't correct. I can't do that. I can't even do that as a joke. It triggers me. Okay. Is this door? What? How'd you friends? Oh, shoot. Right, if you jumped out of this bloody fence again, I swear to God. You are a bad horse. Get inside your bloody... Get inside your cell, mister. Or Mrs. You know what? I don't even care, Wellington. You don't have genitalia. Look at you. You're a skeleton. Oh, you're using the skull. I see. You think you're so clever, don't you? Only a bad horse abuses gifts, Wellington. Let's see you get out now. If you exit. He won't just jump, will he? Or she? Please, Wellington, I'm begging you. Just behave. Just be normal. Just be normal for an afternoon, please. Look, you know what? Let me give you back your skull. Because I feel a little bad about taking that off you. Yeah, I know, riveting Minecraft hardcore gameplay, guys. Don't worry, don't worry. I know that this is this is of imperative importance. Jesus, you know, I'm sure there's probably bigger fish to fry. You know, the fact that at any point the infected swarm could just come and kill me, but I mean, Wellington, Oh yeah, we can just do that. That's way better. That's my hole. That's have I got? Oh yeah, I mined some from the church yesterday. I didn't even need to get you them. Right, there you go. Behave, please. Right, back to what I was actually doing before I was interrupted so rudely by a very mischievous little beast. So yeah, I'm gonna build a little lab, a little base, a little research facility, let's call it. I even got one laboratory block. That's how you know I'm serious. This is gonna serve as the blueprint for my home. I'm not gonna make this too big because you know, excess is the thief of joy. Only joking, that's comparison. Full marks if you realize that I had said the wrong saying. I actually did genuinely do that on purpose. This isn't a bit. I did do that on purpose. It was a test. And you know what? You passed. Just for listening to me, you passed. How does that feel? Feels good, right? Don't worry. There'll be more tests to come. This is actually going to be a very test-centric episode. I hope you like being tested on your knowledge of skeletal horses. Because if anyone could just inform me if Wellington is going to keep jumping out of the cage, that'd be amazing. Because I'd really like it if he stopped. I'm quite sick of it. Let's give it a little bit of aura. What was that one? Pissing me off, man. He's a bloody behave. Does the candles come pre-lit, or do I need to light them? That's so cool. Alright, candles have so much aura. I feel like I'm mentally regressed with aura. But damn, do I love it. This legendary combo. Flint and steel. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. What is this? What is this little construction you're doing? Why does that look so good? God. I have a lot of candles in my house actually. Don't tend to light them. Maybe I'll light some in honor. There's so much aura to that. It's crazy. Do you think this is enough space for all like the stuff? And it doesn't need to be right. Look, in case it wasn't super obvious, I'm not actually that good at building things in Minecraft. I know. Zoaholic. Missing required organs. Okay, let's actually break you. You kind of work better, maybe just on the floor like this. Like, yeah, because it looks like I kind of just touch it. Missing required organs. Incubator. Maybe you sell on the lab block? Yeah, that looks like a microwave. I don't really want to put the torch on top of it. Missing required organs. And I can't interact with you, or can I? No, not at the moment. But let's try what top I said. Some biomass in. See what he does. Put 4 in. He doesn't seem to want to play though. I feel like I've done something wrong. I think I might have misplaced it or something. I'm open to breaking it and losing the biomass. And trying again. Okay, still got the biomass in it at least. You have to admit that looks a lot better. Okay. 2 brewing stands. 2 brewing stands later. Actually, why don't I just use all of them? I mean, they are, you know, it's not like you're stuck with one. I can actually use multiple if I wish. Normal stone bricks for this one. Yeah. Oh, sugar. Well, that's no good. Actually, the water isn't very deep here. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared of some infected creature just bursting out from the under the sea, Wellington, bursting out from under the sea and then just attacking me like a crazy beast. But for now, we will build up the outside of our little chateau. As always, I'll just be doing my very simple. It's called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, you ever heard that? Yeah, probably. I'm probably not the first person to have ever said that. I actually most certainly am not the first person to have ever said that. It's a very common saying. Let's give it a little bit of a view though. But yeah, no, I think this works quite well. It's just a very, you know, giving this place a little bit of, you know, ambiance, but not like going overboard. With a little window as well, just so I can see out, and also because I like the lantern. Did these run out? Probably not. I thought the skeleton was him. God, I hate the idea of the flat roof. I really do. However, it would be kind of on brand for like an evil lab. Even though it's not actually an evil lab, alright? It's actually a pretty nice lab because, you know, obviously I'm operating in it. And, you know, on all accounts, I'm a relatively okay human being. You know, compared to the average guy, you know, I'm no Mahatma Gandhi. I wonder why you aren't working. But now we need to excuse the clicking. I know it's gonna be really loud. I'm sorry. I'm gonna actually, you know, first I'm gonna take a sip of this Pepsi Max because it is pretty good. It's nice and cold from the fridge, and after a gym session, let me tell you, cold Pepsi Max, oh, it hits the spot. Surgery table, sword, glass bowl, axe. I can make this. Can I use a damaged sword, I wonder? That'd be quite convenient because I've got a damaged axe. Do I have a bottle? I do have bottles. You sound like a bloody monster. I wonder why it's a sword and an axe. I've got a second sword here, so actually this sword's kind of useless now. Good night, Wellington. Please. Alright, look. You know what I'm gonna say. Please don't. What is it? Please, please, please. Don't prove me right. Oh. I didn't know you were such a big Sabrina Carpenter fan. Actually, I'm not, Wellington. You are. This is an intervention. Let's see if I can remember the recipe from memory. A little bit of a memory test for everyone watching, you know. That's the wrong sword. Thanks for telling me, guys. Okay, surgery table. Anesthesia not required. That's the spirit. Oh, Jesus. That's horrible. God, mate. Look at that. Feels like the GTA 5 torture scene where, you know, where Trevor's like, I'm going to take out your teeth, buddy. Okay. Right. Mutating syringe. Oh. Vampiric blood sample. The hell is that? Okay. Calcified blood sample. Berserk blood sample. That's creepy. Oh, it's a mutalisk. Okay. Great sword. No, I want to know how to make the great sword. Okay. I need a living core. I don't have one of them. Refining agent. I don't think I have one of them. I don't have a living core again. Armads. That's like Fire Emblem. That's what Hector wields. The big axe Armads. Very cool. Is there any other Fire Emblem weapons? That's like the Kriegers. That kind of looks like Fajorn's weapon, the Ice Princess from Fire Emblem Heroes. But it also kind of looks like I'm gonna butcher it. Ephraim's weapon, Glepatir. I want to say I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. I haven't played Fire Emblem in a very long time. But it kind of looks like Ephraim's weapon. I like that some of these weapons have extended reach. Right, we need a living core. Right, and for that we need a mutated heart. fiber, and armor. I think we have them. Do I have a heart? Where are you, my little infected friends? I do have a heart. Okay, let's wait, we can actually make some bits and bobs. We can make some. I know. There you go. Aren't you happy now? Okay, food away. We're in the lab now. Okay. Oh, I'm quite excited. I can feel a smile across my face. I'm gonna make some. I'm gonna make some stuff. Make some creatures. I feel like Dr. Frankenstein. We're gonna make something. I'm gonna make something beautiful today, guys. Alright, we've got all the bits and bobs. Let's take them to my evil table. Show recipes. Oh, it shows you. That's quite nice of it to do. Okay, so which one has the best reach? +1, +3, +3.5, +2.3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.5. Okay, 3.5, but massive attack speed decrease. So Armad's probably... That gives you... But that's only one entity reach. Which one debuffs your attack speed the least? While also providing a range increase. -3. They're all -3. -2. -2. +2. I think the Rapier might be the best, you know. But I don't think I'm going to have a corrosive sack. How'd you get an integrating agent as well? Ah, okay. So I think I can actually make some infected weapon. I'm very excited to do this. This is going to be quite a lot of fun. Right, which one is like the least demanding? I probably need to work from that. Let's try and make the knife. Oh. Okay, well maybe we'll go a bit harder on the knife. Claw. Okay, look, let's start with the basics, alright? Let's start with the basics. Sorry, I thought something was there. I'm going insane. I'm losing my mind. Nerves. Cerebrum. Maybe I make armor? Do I want to make armor or weapons? I don't know. Plated helmet, armor plate. That's going to be very demanding resource-wise. Living core. Heart, fiber, armor fragment. Let's just start with the simples. Heart, fiber, armor fragment. One. Ooh. Oh, that's creepy. That's so creepy. Okay, what can we do? We've got 2 living cores. Let's see what we can make. Flesh, living. I think we have to start with the flesh and then make a living. Dense muscle. Right, I don't have any of these bits. Okay, I can't make the flesh muscly human body parts yet. Infected sickle looks pretty good for its cost. Spine. I do have a spine segment though. Infected mace. Hardened bind. Right, what are we cooking with? We've got armor fragments. We've got a lot of armor fragments. We've got some cerebrum. We've got some innards. We've got lots of mutated fiber. We've only got 1 spine segment though. And some tendons and spleen. So I don't know if we can actually make a lot of these items because a lot of them seem to require a lot of different items. That's obviously quite a demanding item. Claw requiring claw fragments. I don't think I have claw fragments, do I? I don't. Oh. No, that's going to require a claw fragment. That's a claw fragment. Claw. Okay, this could be doable. Oh no, claw fragments again. Right, we need claw fragments, alright? But look, we made progress. We are actually growing. We're developing. We're like figuring out all the bits and pieces of these beasties. And you know what, Winston? I keep calling him Winston. I do not know why. I truly feel terrible every time I say it. You know what? You're gonna get a little lab. Because sometimes you gotta cook in the lab. You know, you gotta get to work. His name's not Winston. Wellington Stable. So I think it's called a stable, even for skeleton horses. So there you go. That's that. I'm doing a little bit of housekeeping, all right, guys. Like I say, this is a no thrills episode. We're taking a breather because we beat our high score. I survived for over 2.5 hours. I'm very happy with myself. Here's to, you know, maybe 3.5 hours, maybe 4.5 hours. How exciting. And many more, because I'm thoroughly enjoying being able to speak at a normal tone, being able to speak with a normal inflection. Is all kind of what I've been wanting. So yeah. 4. See, from this data we can tell. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's 3. 1, 2, 3. So here. God, I love symmetry too much. 1, 2, 3. Like that, and then 1, 2. This is gonna be our well, it's not gonna be that, that's for sure. I don't know what I want to make. Do I want to make do I want to start my village? Maybe. But the village will be a pretty significant project. I'm gonna, yeah. Okay, let's mark out an area first. Because the village project is gonna be quite demanding. Because I need to make this, which requires warp dust, which requires an ender pearl. Ender pearl, and you know what the problem with ender pearls are? They come from guys which are really not pleasant to fight at all. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's gonna be a big space for these villages. 15. Okay, and then we just keep going across. Like 15 by 15 seems kind of big, but we'll try it. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh no, it's 15. 15, 15, 4 is 34. So actually I've got to do a bit more. 16, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 33, 34. I hope you enjoy the counting lesson we're going to be having. Oh, you little shit. What are you doing? Oh. I apologize, Wellington. Oh, piss off. First off, I'm sorry, Wellington. I don't know why I called you a little shit. I think it's because I thought you'd broken out of your cage. And you were doing just... I'm not continuing that because I don't want to sing that song. Alright, look at me. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. It was unkind. And you know what? It was unnecessary. It was beneath me. We don't have that kind of relationship, do we? We're not adversarial. We're comrades. I didn't even count. Let's hope that drowned isn't still there. I really like that name, drowned. It's very morbid. Okay, let's get going. Ho! Did I see a trident fly through the ground? Okay. Okay. I'll go deal with this little rascal. I can't see him. Sugar. Oh, okay. They're multiple? I do not like that he's got such a good aim. and also that I can't find him. Oh, I got bread already. Right, reveal yourself, you little rat. Because there's darkness mod, it makes things so much harder to see. Is he just not out now? No, he's still here. Is that him? No, that's kelp. Sugar. Where are you? What's these noises? Crap, his damage output's insane. Wellington, we're in a spot of trouble, pal. He's down there, but I can't really, like, I couldn't pinpoint him. Let's get out of the way slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21. I know I missed on 19, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. We're parallel. Oh, we're not. Are we? Who cares? No, I do care. If I'm not adjacent to myself, I'm gonna have a slight paddy. Where is he? Right, there's gotta be like 2 or 3 of them. They're firing so many of the little tridents. Very unpleasant. Drowned. I also need to make sure this area is illuminated, because the last thing I want to do is make a massive spawning zone for all the Okay, so which one did I count wrong? Let's find out, but not today. Let's not be reminded of our mistakes. Okay, this is gonna look like a prison camp. Look at this. What am I doing? Jeez. This guy needs to chill out. Seriously, like, get a job. Get a hobby. Other than throwing rocks at people. And you know what they say, don't throw rocks if you live in a greenhouse. That's why I don't attack people for maining specific champs on League of Legends. Not that I really play anymore. I used to bash League, hence the Scion. But I've not really played it much in a while. Even though they released that new sound skin, which does legitimately look pretty cool. Just I've been feeling it recently. I still think the music, you know, like the music they release is very good. And I'll still always be a fan of the game, but yeah, I've just not really had the interest. It's a shame, you know. It's one of those games where you just, you know, you play it and you're like, wow, this game is awful, but it's kind of fun. Kind of scratches an itch. Kind of like Minecraft. I'm. That's another thing that I don't think I've sort of demonstrated enough with this. One of the big benefits, you stay put. One of the big benefits of this whole thing is that, like, I'm actually playing Minecraft a lot, way more than I would. I like, you know, normally I started this whole thing because I was like, look, we want to do this for a while. Let's just do it, you know. Let's just throw caution to the wind. Let's stop trying to do everything perfectly. Let's just do it. And you know, as a result, now I've got this little you know, growing channel opportunity thing. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying all the interactions. I'm enjoying the feedback. I'm enjoying sort of the fact that I'm talking more and more and more, and I feel like I'm not slipping up my words too much as well. I listened to the first video I did kind of semi recently, and I was like, wow. Even between then and now, not to glaze myself, dude, you're freaking awesome, man. But it sounds so much more like, let's say professional. Let's be charitable, because I think it was kind of just stream of conscience then. And this, by the way, is still a stream of conscience, but I feel like it's a little bit more refined. I mean, I'm still basically saying the first thing that comes to my mind as it comes to my mind, but the difference is I'm not tripping over myself and, like, like a what's this like a dog chasing cars. You're like, oh, 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 oh. That was my dog voice, by the way. Oh, 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 oh. I know. I do deserve an Academy Award for my ability to voice act so perfectly. Every time you make a noise. That wasn't a thinly veiled threat, by the way. And also, actually, one thing I've noticed is because I've become quite critical of how my content sounds, especially the S's and like the pronunciation. When I listen to music now, I'm catching myself listening out and saying, "Oh, okay, that they even then they had the S come through poorly." It seems like it's just a nightmare for sound designers. So you know, my condolences to the brave men and women fighting against the dreaded S. It seems like my name, Scion, is difficult for the average audio engineer, or indeed the above average audio engineer. You know, I'm gonna go back to mining because this is a zero pressure, nice and chill. ASMR. Grab yourself a doobie. Just chillax. But we are gonna bring bread and a bow and arrows because, yeah, I'm not risking it. I am not risking any funny little accidents. Especially when I can hear something swimming. What? Ow. Yeah, break my kneecaps. Oh, little fish. How are you doing? Look at this vast, empty, open sea. Anything down here? That's quite ominous. Yeah, see, this is a... If there's caves underneath my house, they're going to pose a problem eventually. But not right now. And that's the main thing, right? Right now, we've got our brewing stands, we've got our little... That's so pathetic. We've got our little lab. But most importantly, our pre-evil bop as well. Oh, awesome name. God, whoever named it is a bloody genius. Yeah, look, we're actually, you know, we're gonna have a full episode where it's just a chill mining session. I kind of always miss that in Let's Plays, you know, where like they cut out all the mining and it's just like, oh, here's the thing I made. You know, obviously, you know, the instant gratification is nice. Sometimes it's nice to see the intense, boring, laborious process of mining each individual block. You know, that's what the real sickos out there like me enjoy. But yeah, I am probably, if I'm honest, just gonna get as many blocks as I can before these two picks break, and just try and place down a bit more. And then I think next time we're going to be hunting Enderman, which is going to be great because I'm most likely going to get killed. Also, hopefully I can find out or identify the hostile. I see a hostile. There we go. There's your Dark Knight quote. I know everyone was like, wait a minute. Swartho hasn't even said Dark Knight quote in like 10 minutes. Like since the video started, he hasn't quoted the Dark Knight once. Don't worry, guys. Do you have any idea who you're listening to? You and your friends are going to hear Dark Knight quotes. And that, by the way, was it's probably a quote you're not too familiar with. So at the start of the Dark Knight movie, when the 4 clown robbers, spoilers for the Dark Knight movie, pardon me, spoilers for the Dark Knight movie, by the way, when the clown robbers get to like the main area, and they like threaten the civilians, and there's the manager character sort of like a captain going down his ship, sort of sits back in his chair and looks solemn, and next scene he pulls out a shotgun, he starts shooting at the one of the clowns and the Joker, and he goes, "Do you have any idea who you're stealing from?" That's not what he sounds at all. "You and your friends are dead." And that's obviously to reference the fact that Joker is stealing from the mob because it's a mob bank. And that's when Joker takes off his mask to reveal that he has his face paint, a second mask. And he's like, "Oh, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stranger. And then every single person in 2012 got that black and white as a tattoo, as a t-shirt. It was used for Obama's presidential campaign. It was like insane. It was insane the amount of clout that movie got. And now it's cringe, or at least like it's all the society memes, right? All the Joker society memes. It's crazy the how the pendulum swung, I've got to say. But obviously, in my opinion, it's not cringe. It's absolutely unfathomably based and epic. Based and red-pilled. I feel like I'm getting a second wind, and I'm just going to be an absolute vocal menace for the last 10 minutes. But I think it's because I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited for doing a bit of mining and crafting. It's nice not to have to run away from things and be terrified for the full episode. It makes a nice change. But yes, Endermen. We're going to hunt Endermen. Endermen are going to provide us with materials to make some warping tablets, and we're going to start going absolutely loco and rescuing as many villagers as we can. Because let me tell you, once the spawn mod gets out of control, there aren't going to be many villages that are safe, let alone alive for longer than 5-10 minutes. So the villagers are going to be living in sort of these grey brick, formless, dystopian kind of brutalist houses made by yours truly. So they're going to be awful, but they're going to be safe. And let me tell you, in a world where at any point a mushroom-covered creature could feasibly attack you, kick down your door, infest you, and then puppet you to attack and kill other people, you probably take being safe, especially when you're being protected by yours truly. I mean, look, I'm pretty good at fighting these spawn mobs, It took 3 of them to take me out last time, and they had to use a little dirty trick and use like a whip to suck me in. Yeah, this time they won't be so lucky. I'm being arrogant now because this is around the time I died last time, and I'm tempting fate. I'm being contemptuous for no reason other than because I can. We're nearly done. I say we're nearly done. We're not nearly done. We're nearly done with this pickaxe, which means we can place more blocks. Ooh. Oh, a lovely cave underneath. How exciting. I'm actually going to mine this coal. I feel like I do have a lot of coal. I probably will need coal. Where I'm going. One thing I didn't realize as well that I'd find really interesting about YouTube is all the data. I don't know if this is a common experience, but I find it really interesting. Like, all the metrics and data and stuff. I find it so fun to just to pore over it and just sort of look at it and say, oh, wonder what this means. Wonder what this means. Obviously, my data set is relatively small. I'm sure big channels have data that probably teams of people look over. Like Thomas Beast. I'm sure he has a insane team of people looking at the data. I'm sure the data is so interesting and fun to look through as well. But I find it really interesting. I've got to say, I think it's really cool because you can like just look at things in such a granular way. But I don't know why I completely removed my tempo for myself there. I can't believe it's been 55 minutes nearly. I feel like I've been talking for maybe 10. I truly have no concept of time. This pick's nearly broken. We're definitely going to get some stuff put down before this episode's out. So look forward to that. I feel like now it's like so close to breaking, unless my inventory fills up, which it won't. We want to just pop this pick. Pop that pick for me. Then we can move on to the next. What's the next step of your master plan? Crushing this plane. No survivors. Remember when the guy went to the Shia LaBeouf, like, he will not divide us rally? Oh, that's being caught. God damn, I blew out my ears. Where's the oh, sorry. There was God, there was I just got a message notification. Look at that. Nothing evil. I got a message notification that pinged so loud in my right ear just now. Ah, that hurt. But yes, the He Will Not Divide Us thing, the shadow buff thing, which was like, I think it was like a protest or something. But yeah, a guy showed up to that because it was like a live stream, and he did the entire Dark Knight Rises plain speech. It was crazy. He did like all the characters, Bane, the works, and he wasn't just like monotone like, oh, what's the next step of your master? No, he did like the full body language stuff, like the physical acting. It was great, honestly. Would highly recommend it. Would highly recommend it as an experience. You know. I will link it in the bio as I have done for other things I've mentioned. I quite like doing that. I quite like just I quite like it when I misplace blocks. That's another thing I quite like. Get out of here. Misplaced. We are getting ever closer to this area being filled. If you're a mathematician, you can figure out how much the exact volume of or whatever of this because obviously it's let's pretend it's 34 by 34 by 34. I don't think it is now because one of the edges was measured wrong because there's an extra, I had to go an extra space over for this one. So these will definitely be 34, but one of these is either 33, 34. No, because I did count 34 perfectly for this one. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I could watch over the footage, but you know, my plan is to have a shower and eat some chips. Once I finish this recording, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a simple man. But yeah, since we're coming close to the end, I just wanted to say thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do provide feedback. I really appreciate the feedback. I'm sure it's not a surprise to hear that I read all of it, and I do reply to most comments people leave, if not all. You know, I really appreciate anyone who wants to engage with what I'm creating. I say creating, it makes it sound like I'm, you know, painting the Mona Lisa. I'm playing Minecraft, but you know, I like to think that this is of some small meager value. Look, if someone watches this and they laugh, they enjoy themselves, that for me is already a victory. As far as I'm concerned, this is providing me with a number of benefits in terms of being able to actually talk like a human being, which is really, really nice. And also, I'm playing Minecraft for longer than like the 2-week stint, right? You know, how many people can say that they can play Minecraft and not have like the 2-week vacation thing where it's like, oh, me and my boys, we spun up a server, we're playing Minecraft. Oh, okay, we're bored now. I want to go play COD, or in my case, League of Legends. Ooh, no, thank you. Let's stick to Minecraft. Let's keep our creative juices flowing. The only problem is when you play a lot of Minecraft, I find that when I'm walking, I start seeing things in like the block perspective. Remember, it happened to me a lot as a kid. I started like looking at my house and saying, yeah, if I was gonna do these banisters in Minecraft, what would I do? So yeah, that. If that's my fate, that's my fate. I think I can accept that. But look, we're pretty close to filling this in. Next episode we'll be filling this in. Provided I don't get any further insight from you guys, I will be aiming to kill some Endermen, set up some warp portals, and start extracting and evacuating villagers from their unsafe homes to my brutalist, desolate, horrible home I'm going to create for them. But, you know, it will be safe. Safety often is the priority. What do they say? Safety in numbers? Yeah, well, there's going to be numbers here. And the warp plate does work because I've tested it on my own normal world. It does work with stuff like the guard villagers. So that mod will actually be present. And also iron golems, which is going to be really cool because I can actually exfiltrate tons of them. Which will give me a good amount of defense. However, I am not a fool. I do know that there is a non-zero risk that the iron golems get corrupted and turned into infected iron golems. In which case, this is kind of going to be like the scene in 28 weeks later, where they're all trapped in the underground, and then one of them turns, and then they all get attacked. Because yeah, if a single infected iron golem's here, he's going to obliterate every single villager He's probably gonna kill me. He's gonna kill every guard. And hopefully this isn't like me predicting the future. So I really hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, very much thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this content. Please do let me know any feedback. You know, if you think it sounds good, if you think episodes where all I do is mine aren't very useful or very interesting. Anything that helps, good or bad. What I want to hear is just what you think. So no, thank you very much for your time. Take care and have a good day. Goodbye.